All right, all right, all right. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. This is Kevin Harris from Atlanta, Georgia. So we're going to give everybody an opportunity to get on here this evening. This is the State of the Union call with our CEO and founder, Mr. Kenny Lloyd. So you guys come on in. We'll give everybody an opportunity to chime in. All right. What's up, Janet Reese, Albany, Georgia is the first one to get on here. Happy Sunday to you, Janet. Hey, Keisha Welch, how are you? Happy Sunday. Good to have you on here. Joseph Newman, what up, though? Good to see you, my brother. All right. Shanetta Wittenberg, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Anita Christian. All right. Kiki Sanders, hey, how are you? Evelyn Johnson. All right. Welcome, you guys. Come on in. Come on in. Everybody's coming in. Tammy Clark from Atlanta, Georgia. All right. Sunseria Coates, how are you, my friend? What's up, Sharita Leon? All the way from the Big Apple, New York City. All right. Nita Rogers, good evening. Charlene Thomas, good evening. Good evening. Allison, hey, how are you? Ashley Valdez. All right, everybody's chiming in. So listen, this is our State of the Union call from our CEO and founder. So you do not want to miss this. Make sure that you're tagging your teams. I want to make sure that we get on here. You know, it's not often that we hear from our CEO and founder. So make sure that you're tagging everyone, tag your teams. Also, share the live. Share this live to your social media pages. And we will get started here shortly. What's up, Monique Sinclair, Shakita Richardson? All right, Lisa Journey. Hey, what's up, Tika Snell? Good night. All right, Shakita Allison, Renee Felder. Everybody's chiming in from all over. Hey, Tammy Durden, how are you? All right, so we're going to get started here shortly. But listen, Friday was the last day for conference tickets. I hope you guys have your conference tickets, getting ready to come to Houston. So we're putting the final touches all on Houston for that event. Also, make sure that you're there for our golf tournament as well that Thursday. But so we're getting prepared for that. What's up, Megan from the corporate office? Faye Shaw, how are you? We're going to get started here shortly. We'll give everybody a good 60 seconds before we get started to bring our CEO and founder up, Mr. Kenny Lloyd. So make sure once again that you're tagging your teams. What's up, Stephanie Scott, Marguerite Faison, Crystal, where you been, Crystal? I've not seen you in a while. What's up, Jamaica? Sandra Rose, all my Jamaicans, check in. All of Jamaica, please check in. Shanita Schemberg, how are you? Roll Tide, Shanita Schemberg, all right. Becky Shepard, Nona, L. Michelle Webb, how are you? Sean Tyrone Bell, all right. What's up, Jack, man? How are you? All right, so listen, we're gonna take this opportunity once again for you all to tag your team, send out those last minute text messages, and we'll go ahead and get started. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. Right now it is the 12th of September, so that means you still have time to get your ranks in and get everything you need to do by the middle of the month so you can close strong going into conference. Because when I tell you conference is going to be amazing, you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss all the major announcements that are about to take place. I see you, Natasha. I see you, Natasha. As Lachelle would be mocking me. I see you. I see you. I see you. Natasha, how are you? All right. So who else is on here? Arnita. All right. So, but listen, like I say, it's not often that we bring our CEO and founder up, and he typically do these State of the Union lives every month. And so we missed a few months, but we felt like it was fitting to hear from him. So you guys know the conference is coming up, and we have a lot going on in Tava Nation. And so what we're going to do at this time, we're going to bring our CEO and founder up, none other than Mr. Kenny Lloyd when he comes back. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I almost got a blooper. Almost. How you feeling? It was good to see you under the circumstances yesterday, man. Thanks for opening up your home yesterday to me, even though it was a short period of time.
Kevin, it's always good to have you, man. You like family. You're our family, yeah. So you're always welcome. So and yesterday was yesterday was a tough day. I just gotten back from Atlanta. You know, I've been in Atlanta for like a week, and man, I mean, like, I had an early flight
We
and a
both.
late night. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And I had to get up, and I want to say to everybody, you know, I know everybody knows about Lachelle Pierre, and you know about her mom, you know, passing. And so we, you know, Kevin flew in for the funeral. I had to get back no matter what, and be at the funeral. And you know, it was a great celebration sending her mother. You know, I mean, it was a great testament. A lot of testimony. A lot of people spoke about, you know, the impact that she, you know, left on them. And Michelle got up and, I mean, really displayed some incredible strength, because I don't know, a lot of you all know Michelle is an ordained minister, and so she led the service, and I don't know how she did it, but she did an impeccable job. But I want y'all to send your prayers out to her, because you know, like it's easy when you're surrounded by your family. All of her family, she has a big family. They were holding each other up, and they were all there. But you know, once the family's gone, and you get back to begin your new normal, because it is a new normal for her, being, you know, her mother's gone, and she's accustomed to her mother being a part of her life, and now that's not happening anymore. So that this is when it really gets tough for her. So please, everybody, send your prayers out to her. You know, text her. You don't have to say a lot. Just text her, like you say. You know, text her the emoji. You know, because she needs your support right now. And on top of that, it's busy time. You know, I think it's going to be good for her, because you know, conference is upon us, and man, we are so excited about everything that's going to take place for our conference, and you know, as you know that you're going to have a lot of people that are going to be watching it virtually. We have people that are going to be present. You know, I mean, people still elected. We had the ladies from customer service call all the ticket holders and ask them whether they're going to be there, and we were shocked to find out that the vast majority of the ticket holders are going to be present. You know, they wanted to come, so we're moving along with things as usual. But it's going to be incredible. I mean, the information that you're going to get, some of the training that you're going to get, and it's just going to be fun, man. You know, I mean, I wish everybody could be here, but because of COVID, you know, I mean, look, the one thing about us is that we care about, you know, you all, and we really do, you know. And a lot of times, you know, people don't get a chance to see it, you know. And this brings me to what I really wanted to talk about today, because this is the hour of power, and it's not as much. I mean, of course, you know, hell, we are Tava, but this is about this. You know, this hour of power is something special, man. And what I do is that I talk about things that are resonating with me, you know, that are real life things, and hopefully it impacts somebody that needs to hear it. So tonight I want to talk about, you know, I was really thinking today, like, what is it that that really drives me? What is it that drives me? You know, because I think there are different stages in our lives, you know, and in our circumstances. I think that initially, when I first got into network marketing, the money drove me. You know, the opportunity to really build something, because I needed something that I could build upon, because I had been in the mortgage industry for like 18 years. You know, that's where I made my money. But when that was over, I didn't have anything. I had these gifts and talents, and I just didn't know what to do with them. I didn't. And I think God opened up the door to network marketing. And I mean, immediately, you all know my story, immediately I discovered what my purpose was, because not only did I start having success, but the reason I had success is because he surrounded me with people that knew more than I knew. And I exercised the humility and let them know how grateful I was to have them surrounding me with their knowledge, with their, you know, with their influence. And I learned a lot from all of those people. I mean, you know, like your Ken Robinson, your Gene Flynn. I mean, like a lot of those people, man, I learned a lot from the people and Artists International, that surrounded me. And then I learned a lot from the guy who was the VP, Mike Patello, who now he's the VP at It Works. But, you know, Mike and I, you know, we maintain a relationship, you know, based on respect. And man, that's been like, I don't know, like 12 years, 11, 12 years, you know, to maintain and build upon a relationship. because the thing is, this business is based on relationships, but it's not just this business. And I don't really want to get like this. Like I said, this is the hour of power. This is really a spiritual time for me. It's like everything in life is based on relationships. And in relationships, things don't always go well. They just don't. And so, what preserves the relationship is the innate ability not to take things so personal. And a lot of times it's a misunderstanding, you know. And I mean, I've had situations where I had relationships, and man, I went a year without talking to somebody. One time that was very close to me, that somebody I was talking to every day, because there was a misunderstanding, and we never sat at the table and cleared it up. And one day, it just so happened. I don't know how this happened. We were in the same city at the same restaurant, and I saw him, and he was by himself. He was waiting. He had a meeting, and the meeting canceled on him. And I just went to the restaurant because I needed to be by myself for a moment. And man, as God would have it, man, we sat, and man, we couldn't believe that we went a year without talking over a misunderstanding, and we really cleared it up and laughed and joked and man hugged each other, man, and it was just good to have my friend back, you know. And I think that, like I say, people don't get is at the root of this thing is relationships. So I really wanted to talk about what the Spirit placed upon me tonight. And I was thinking about like, what is it that really drives me now? Because it's not money anymore, you know. Uh, it's not the money anymore. The money doesn't drive me. I mean, my wife and I, we have been very blessed, and I mean, we've kind of gotten money out of the way. But what drives me now is love. And I know that sounds crazy. And listen, this is just like, man, love is love, right? And a lot of men just they don't talk about this, but the bottom line is what drives me is love. And I'm not talking about love in a uh, a relationship. I'm talking about love, my love for people, my love. Like I love people. And the people that know me the best know that I love people. Shantae loves people. And I think that's why, as I was being prepared for this next level, I think this is why Shantae and I were put together, because we both share this thing in common. It's just that she gives more of a nurturing love, and sometimes I give tough love because the thing is that this man is for real in the field, man. It's for real out here. Like I actually was broke when I joined network marketing, and I know what it takes 100% to go from being broke. And you, like I say, you Google me, my story is from broke as hell to living well. It sounds funny, but ain't nothing funny about it because it was hard going from broke as hell to living well. And that's what we did. If we didn't make it superficial, it's not from broke as hell to rich as hell. No, it's from broke as hell to living well. Living well is relative. And we were really broke. And that's true. Like people don't know what I went through to go from being broke to making money. And a lot occurred in a 5-month period. Like over 5 months, we went from broke as hell to living well in 5 months. And it's not a lot of time, but in that time, it was very painful. Okay. I mean, a lot of growth happened. A lot of things, man. But what made it easy was when I started network marketing, when I joined this company, I found my purpose. And once I found my purpose, everything started clearing up. Like I could see things clearly. And I could feel myself being changed. Because at the same time, because I found my purpose, now the true journey had begun to what God had put me here for. Because I tell everybody is that the two greatest moments in a person's life is the day you're born and the moment you discover what you were born to do are the two greatest moments in a person's life. And so I discovered what I was put here to do. And that was a great moment in my life for real, because I understood why I had all of these gifts. And man, my gifts one at a time, they started activating, they started illuminating, right? Now, it still wasn't easy because I went through some things, and so because it's a people business, I love people. I really love people, and I embrace people who work for me, people who I work with, that I've had relationship with. And man, they will tell you that, look, that I love people. But you know what? That's what drives me. Now, what sustains me is different because what sustains me, love drives me. But what sustains me is my ability to get over the hurt that comes with love. Okay. And I think that this is where a lot of people fall because like example, like in this industry, my industry, man, look, the people that I serve, man, I love these, man. Listen, if y'all that, man, I love you all. Now, what does that mean? What does it mean when I say I love? I have a love for the people. I love you guys. I love the things that you do. I love helping you fight the good fight to change your life. But with that, I'll tell you now, it comes a lot of pain because uh, a lot of people break your heart. Like like you will hear people in this industry that say the people, even outside of the industry, the people that you do the most for are the ones that hurt you the most, for real. But you learn not to take that pain on. You learn, and you have to learn it, because that was the foundation of a lot of things, right? When you just because you love somebody and you give them your love, it doesn't mean that they owe you. Let's get this straight now. Because I give people my love, it doesn't mean that you owe me. Because I say I love you and the things that I do for you, I don't do it with the expectation of anything in return. I do it because it is innately within me. It's a big part of why I am who I am and what I am and where I am. It's a big part of that because you gotta love people. You gotta love people. And as you get to know people and they get a little closer to you, you start to love them. But with that, I had to learn how to manage the hurt, the disappointment. Like when you love people, and they leave you, you gotta manage that because that's a part of life. Like love is an emotion, but it is one of the most powerful emotions in this universe because love makes people kill other people. Love makes people take their lives. Love makes people puts people in a state of depression that they can't shake. Love makes people turn to drugs. Love makes people turn to alcohol. Love can be very destructive. It has the power to destroy if you allow it mentally to destroy you. But it's also one of the most fulfilling feelings in the world that when you love somebody and they love you back and they give it to you, it is one of the most fulfilling things. You see people, man, walking, you see people happy. But the moment that someone that you love hurts you, you can't take it personally. You really can't. You got to shake it off. Somebody that you have this expectation of, listen, man, life is real. And in life, there's a lot of disappointment in life. Like yesterday, I was on TikTok, right? And I can't even repeat what this guy said, but it's this white guy that's I guess a billionaire, right? And I mean, like he goes around the universities and he always wears a pinstripe suit and a red tie. Older guy. And he straight up, I mean, like he curses, man, look, he said something, and I sent it I texted to myself because on this platform, I just can't say because I respect women, like, and it has something to do with how people always congratulate you when they find out that you're pregnant, right? I'm not even gonna go into it. I have to share. I'll share if you inbox me and ask me to share with you, I'll share it with you. But I'm just not gonna share it publicly like this. But like, you don't understand the pain. Like even Shantae, when we started this journey again, the pain of that we experienced in our transition because there were a lot of people in our other company that we loved and we gave love to. We opened our house up to people. People came when they came in town, they stayed with us. We traveled the world, and when we traveled the world, we would break bread together. But when we left, they disappeared. And listen, man, and that tore me up. It took me 4 months to get over over that. And it wasn't over the company because that's business. It took me 4 months to get over, like I had lost anxiety because it's like the people that we broke bread with, traveled with, we call each other family, we say we loved you, man, they just disappeared. And it hurt me to my core. I mean, it took, like I said, it took me 4 months to really get over it. But then the way I got over is that I had to say, Kenny, you can't let this kill you because you got these people over here, man, that are counting on you. And see, that's the thing that I think a lot of people don't consider. I think that when things happen in our lives and we love and when somebody gets hurt, they don't know how to manage that because like I've seen people in this industry get hurt and leave a company, right? Because they got hurt. Because their feelings got hurt. They were hurt. So they left the company, but they left the company not understanding how much they hurt the people that were following them. Now, see, that's the thing that you have to keep ever present in your mind. It's like they never consider the people that didn't want to leave, that didn't get hurt and were happy, loved it over here, and elected to stay. And when they were abandoned, they went through abandonment issues. I mean, like for real, like you can't screw around with people. You know, you just can't because man, people they become accustomed to your leadership, your guidance. They become accustomed to talking to you every day. Those that are in the circle, they become, you know, they look to you for your every step, man. You mean so much to so many when you've been doing this for a while because you impact so many people. People just don't even know whether, I don't care whether you give them some money, whether you give them a word, whether when they cry, you hug them. I mean, man, it's that kind of business, man. Like I do it, I've done it all. You know, when I go out, man, whenever we have conference, man, I run into people, man, that spend their last money to get the conference. And man, when I run into people that do that, man, it's like I fall in love with them, for real. Like, I mean, like I help them as much as I can. I go around and when I find out that someone spent their last money and they got there and they got a hotel room and they have about $20 to last them for 2 days, that means they're going to be eating Happy Meals, right? Well, that's what I had to do when I first started. Hell, shit, Shantae and I, we would go to the meeting and share a plate of French fries. Real talk, no lie, absolutely 100%. We'd be at the meeting sharing a $2 plate of French fries, you know, for about a month until we started making money. Well, when I see people that drive 15, 16 hours to come to a conference, I tell people, man, that like that's some kind of love, man. Like the leadership has a responsibility to people like that. Like I shun on the people like real leadership. Man, listen, when people come that far, and they come that far because they want to see you. They want to, man, they come hoping that they can, you know, have a conversation with you. And you know what I do? I make sure I spend time. I don't care what anybody who knows Kenny and Shante, they know that Kenny in between, in the beginning, before it starts, in between, as it's moving, man, Kenny's in the hallway. And anybody that wants to come and take a picture, you know, you can come take pictures. Anybody that wants to come and talk to me, I'll talk to you. You know, I mean, like I leave everything in me at the conference, you know, because I know that people are spending their last money and they want to come there and they coming to get some information. So I don't want to stray away, but I do want to tell you all that are coming to conference. When you come to conference, you should write down 10 questions that if you run into a leader, a particular leader that you want to run into, that you can ask 2 or 3 of those questions. You know, you should come prepared to ask the right questions because when you meet somebody at the right time, you better have the right questions that you need answered because it's very rare that you get opportunities to see somebody in person like that. That's going to take time and really answer any questions that you have. So I suggest that you do it. But getting back to what I was saying, like, so I'm driven by love, but what sustains me is my ability to get over the hurt that comes with loving people. Like, and if you really love, when you really understand, because this is a people business, I'm gonna repeat that again. And people are human, and humans, man, we make human mistakes, you know. And so my guy, my mentor on how to deal with people is really God and Jesus. And I'll tell you, because even like you take Jesus for example. Jesus knew who every one of those disciples were sitting at that table. He knew who they were. He knew what they would do. He knew Judas would betray him. He knew Peter would deny him. He knew everybody's faults. But he loved them enough to overlook their faults. And because they all had a purpose. Each one of the faults that they had played a role in their purpose, in his destiny, right? And even as he was on the cross dying, and I'm saying, like, when you look to wisdom, you better look to the right wisdom, because as gifted, like sometimes, man, you get so discouraged because you feel like people aren't respecting you, they're not listening to you, and you get, look, man, look, when people know that you have the light of favor over you, they're gonna do the same thing to you that they did to Jesus, except not figuratively. I mean, figuratively, they're not gonna literally do it, but they knew he had a special calling upon him. They knew that he had this favor, and it scared people. It scared them because they knew his power was so great. And see, when people start understanding that you have power, you're going to be challenged. You're going to run into some challenge. People are going to do the same thing. They're going to stone you if they could. They're going to try to. I mean, look, they're going to spear you. They're going to whip you. They're going to beat you down. But he still loved them, even though they did everything they were doing. He still loved them, and to the point where he was on the cross, nailed to the cross. The cross was erected. And God started making thunder and everything. And in his dying words, he said, Father, forgive them because they know not what they do. This is why I'm able to sustain. Because one of the things about love makes me say, I can forgive you because I spent enough time and understand that a lot of people don't know why they do what they do. You don't know what drives a person. See, like, I get to know people. I spend time with people. And so you never know what is going on with a person, what makes them do what they do, because everybody handles stress in a different manner. Everybody can't handle stress straight up. Some people, when they're going through a lot of stress, they snap and they start acting out of character. You understand? I love people enough to, this is the management part, okay? This is the management part. You all, give me 1 second, okay? Man, my allergies kill me. Give me 1 second. Kevin, step in for 1 second for me.
So yes, while we give him time. So I hope you guys are taking notes. Anytime our CEO and founder comes up, you want to make sure that you're taking notes, because you always want to go back and reference those notes, because as always, it's good teaching moments that he gives. So if you ever, have an opportunity to sit with Mr. Lloyd, these are the moments that you will get, so it's always from the heart. So stay tuned. There's more to come, and he'll be right back. So, and again, so maybe you were not taking notes. Maybe you don't have any pen or paper in front of you right now. So take this opportunity to go ahead and grab some notes, grab some pen and paper right now, so you can take notes. Okay. So, and also he's speaking about conference, and that is correct. And conference is going to be a big deal, but make sure that you write those questions down, as he mentioned. And don't let it be the money question, let me rub on you question, for good luck. Just ask some pointed questions to those leaders that you may see. So, Mr. Lloyd, if you're ready, it's yours.
And definitely, because Kevin's having a couple suits made, and he ain't gonna be happy if you go rub on his suit. Okay, I'll tell you that now. So anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. And see, this is very important when you are in the people business and you love people. It's important that you understand what I'm sharing with you, because you always have to think on another level. Like, and I think that it just doesn't happen overnight. Like, I'm 62 years old. It took me a long time to get to the point where I could receive what that meant. Like, a lot of people, you hear it when people say think on another level, but you don't understand what that means. And it takes a lot. That doesn't happen overnight, for real. Like, that happens over a period of time. And you have to do what's called conscious interrupts. Like with me, there are things that can happen to me that could trigger me into ignorance, okay? Because I'm human. There's some things that could be said to me, some things that could be done to me that could trigger me into ignorance, right? But when that thing happens and I start thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get them, okay? Or I'm gonna when I, you know what I do? I do a conscious interrupt immediately. It's like, you're bigger than that. You can't let their inadequacies lower you to their level, because then they become your inadequacies. And I'll tell you something, that anytime someone can trigger you and make you lose your control, they have control over you. That's a lot of control to be able to. If I could make you show your behind and in a situation that you shouldn't be showing your behind, and I could trigger you into ignorance, man, that's a lot of control. And I never give anybody that kind of control over me. And that's next level thinking. You never give your control to anybody, right? So, and love, man, there's something about love that helps you maintain your control, because it makes you, I don't want to say docile, but it doesn't, it prevents you from being very aggressive. It makes you a little more laid back. So for me, uh, the love that I have for people allows me to forgive people. Now, do I do it overnight? No, it don't happen overnight. But when I start thinking about, what's going on, is something going on with them? Because there's some people that are just dirty, rotten people. Okay. And I don't even want to be around them, for real. Like, there are some people that are just by nature rotten people. But there's some people that are going through some things that take them out of character. So I love them enough to forgive them. It's just that depending on what they do, I just watch them, you know, and keep my eye on them, because when you love people, I mean, like, you can only take so much hurt. So, you can only take so much hurt so many times in a day, in a week. It's only so much that you can sustain. And we got to understand, we have a lot of things going on. We get a lot of craziness in this company, but there's a lot of craziness in every company I've worked for and worked with. Sometimes you have to love people enough to let them go. You really do. You have to love them enough to let them go. And I say with this one is in business and even in personal relationships. Like, sometimes, man, that you're hindering somebody. That it's just not right. And when it's not right, you could be preventing somebody from being in a situation that is right. So sometimes, I don't care how much it hurts. Sometimes you just gotta let people go. Even in business, when people decide that they're not happy in our company and they want to go, I let them go. I let them go. I don't listen. I don't try to convince them to stay. I don't character assassinate them. You know, I don't have to do that, because their character will carry them, or their lack of character will work against them. So I don't have to do anything. I don't have to character assassinate, because I believe that everybody has a right to exercise uh, their choices. Everybody has a right to look for a place that they feel is that they're supposed to be. It's just how you do it. So I never character assassinate anybody. I think that, I love people enough to let them go if that's what they choose to do. I love people enough to make sacrifices. My wife would tell you that, man, I make a lot of sacrifices. Man, I've been on the road a lot lately. I mean, we got some things going on, some new things going on for the company. And we got some new people that have been taking me to Atlanta a lot, and I'll tell you that you just get tired. I mean, this it's just not. This is, man, like, you carry a lot at this level. I carry a lot, and I do. And I thank all of the people out there that pray for me, because I get a lot of people say that they pray for me, and it's funny because my mother's not here anymore. And my mother she probably carried me through prayer. Like my mother used to always tell me, can I pray for you morning, noon, and night? Because you, good Lord, knows you need some prayer. And I did. And, and her prayers sustained me. So I think that she's in a greater space now where she can still, be my angel. But I miss those worldly prayers. So, and I'm a human being. And I have real life things that go on, and it makes the weight a little heavier for me sometimes, but I was telling Shantae, I was talking to her one day, and it was not a good day for me. And I'll be transparent, man. It's like I was dealing with some personal things, right? Along with personal business, things happening, some things with some people in the business. And man, I just broke out and just started crying. And I cried because you know what? And the hell with that, man thing. Man, look, man, I had to release, because you can't carry those things like that with you all the time. Sometimes you have to release. And I released it because I mean, it's like, I went rolling on the floor, but man, and I released some stress when I did that, and I told her, I said, look, don't worry about me. I'm going to be good. I said, because I know I have a purpose to fulfill. I have an assignment. And I said that, yes, I do carry a lot, but God gave me the stature to carry this weight because I am 6'5", 268, and I have very broad shoulders. And he gave me this stature because he knew the weight that I would have to carry. And he gives you everything that you need. And so because he gave it to me, it still gets heavy, but you know what? Then sometimes I just get on one knee and I just purge and lighten the weight. And sometimes lighting the weight means I just cry sometimes and just let that go. And it lightens the weight. It makes me feel better because I have purged my feelings, but I make a lot of sacrifices because of my love for people. I do. I make a lot. I mean, like because it's not about me. It's about me serving you. But it's also about you being worthy of my servitude because I can't just give it unconsciously to anybody. I got to give it. One of the things that I say every day before I leave, and this used to be Shantae and I say, lead me to the people who need. And that was me and Shantae's thing. Not, Lord, make me rich, make me a lot of money. No, it's like, lead me to the people who need. And I remember the things that I went through when I was broke, and I was older too. I mean, I was like 48, and I went through it for 2 years, man. Before God really, I think, trusted me enough to reveal what my purpose was, and put me in a position because He knew once He put me in the position, once He revealed it to me, and He put me in a position, He knew that things were going to happen fast, expeditiously, and it did. As soon as He trusted me and opened up the door and still tested me, because one of the tests I had to pass was humility. I had to exercise some humility, and I did. But as soon as He trusted me and I earned the right to serve Him, man, it just happened like at the speed of light. Then my life just started changing rapidly, quickly. Everything we touched, everything we turned to gold. People were making money. I mean, it just happened. Man, when you find your purpose, and the only way you find your purpose, I'm telling you now, is the things I'm sharing with you. Some of these principles, like, man, love is important, but you got to love yourself first because you can never love anybody else or anything else if you don't love yourself. And sadly to say, there are a lot of people that have been through things in their life that have created something within them where love is absent, where they don't know how to love themselves. They don't feel good about themselves. And for that, you seek counsel for that. Don't listen to any of these internet gurus when it comes to some I almost said shit, but when it comes to some shit like that, just don't play because you have to be careful who you allow entrance into your head. Because once they get in, if it's the wrong spirit, man, they'll wreak havoc on you. So if you know that you're having some issues with loving yourself, you need to go get counseling. There's nothing wrong with therapy, nothing. But I would not go to anybody who's not licensed, who hasn't been educated, that has a degree and that's licensed to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't carry everything. You got to love yourself first. Uh, I love people enough to try to understand. I love people enough to protect. See, every day, everybody in this company, I work on protecting you. Because you can't even imagine the kind of cockamamie deals that come to me, right? And I really think that there are people out there to send people to you to destroy you, right? I mean, I had one come, a couple of weeks ago, that's been calling me to do some stuff that don't even make sense. And I know this person was sent by somebody to destroy Tava. I know it was. I'm serious. But see, this is where they mismanage their thoughts about me because I never operate desperate. And I'm never desperate for anything. And we're not in a desperate space, because and so it has to be somebody who doesn't know where we are. Because I'm gonna tell you, the ark is afloat and it's floating well. Yeah, you always spring some leaks, right? But we fill the leaks up really quick. We are a company that has favor. That I have favor, Shantae has favor, and because we have favor, our favor is extended to the company, and our favor protects us from attacks from people. It protects us so we can show our love. And if in return we don't get love back, we don't have to strike out. Because believe me, I'm telling you, we don't have to say anything because we have favor. We are protected. What we're supposed to do, the things that we're supposed to achieve, the people our reach, the people we're supposed to help, it's already written. It's just that we haven't read it yet because you know what? We're catching up to it. We're catching up to it. This is only like every year that we're afloat. It's like a chapter in the book, and we're still in chapter 1. We don't even start chapter 2 until October. We'll be 2 years in business, and that's chapter 2 be complete. Then we're going to chapter 3. But we are alive. We are afloat. We are strong. We are growing. And it's because of the people of Tava, because of you all's commitment, your belief, your trust, and I'm forever indebted for that. And that's what I say when I say I love you guys. I don't even know everybody personally, but man, I love you guys. That's what I mean. And I don't use that word lightly. Like I fight for you. I mean, like I sacrifice. I love you enough. I protect you. Listen, man, I give my all every day. Every day, man, I leave everything I have, I leave it in the field because I'm exhausted. You know, uh, I honor you guys. That's what love is. That's what the love is about. I honor you all. I also honor the person that put me in this position. I love this. Man, I love the guy that put me in this position. And I honor him by doing the best that I can do. Because I know if I give all I have, if I do the best I can do every day. But see, the thing is, you can do your best every day, but if your best isn't expanding, if your best isn't getting better, if your best is not improving, if your best is not getting strong, I mean, it's just like Groundhog Day. You ever seen Groundhog Day, where the movie Groundhog Day, where every time an alarm goes off, the same shit happens every day? That's what happens is that if you don't grow, if you don't improve upon yourself, if you don't start operating with under principle, then your life is going to be the same every day. It's going to be just what it is now, and you're going to be unhappy, and love won't live there. Love will not exist there. You might think it's love, but it's not. It's some warped thing. It's not love. You got to fill yourself up with principles. You got to stand for something. You got to feel something. You can't be in a people business and not like people. The people that decided to join you, you got to honor those people that are joining you. You can't just get mad and pop off and say things and do things and start stuff because, man, these people are counting on you. I mean, do you know how many people out here are getting kicked out of apartments because they don't have jobs because of COVID? Man, do you know how many people are sleeping under viaducts. I'm talking about people that had jobs before. Man, listen, it's for real out here. And for me, that's what I fight for. I fight every day because I know what it feels like to be broke. I know what it feels like to be lost. So that's what the ark is designed for. The ark was constructed to be the lost and found, to go out here and find the people that are lost, that are just really are willing to get on here and fight for a new life. Not join with the expectation that it's going to be given to them, because ain't nothing given to you. You got to want to fight for it, but you got to enact some principles to it. And love is one of the principles. Like, I love y'all. You know, I truly do. And like I said, I love y'all enough to forgive you when you make mistakes. I love you enough to let you go. I love you enough to sacrifice every day for you. I love you enough to understand you. I love you enough to protect you. I love you enough to give you my all. I love you enough to be selfless. I love you enough to honor you. Everybody, each and every person. And it's not just the people at top. Man, look, there are people in this industry. I mean, I'm just like me, Black people that want to see us fail. You know, it's so funny. Like they, you know, I mean, like they the only time they support us is when something negative happens. You know, but they're consistent. And you know who they are. They always show up. They never communicate with people. They find out somebody left the company, somebody makes a post. Guess what they do? They post on the people on the person's page that left us because they want to see it fail. But you know what? I still love their dumbasses though. And I do. And I tell them, Father, forgive them, because they know not what they do, because they're led by something that's dark. They're not led by anything that's light. They're not led by the light. They're led by darkness, and they don't know what in the hell they do. They're just being used. Y'all saw my post today. I said that for real. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Today was kind of, you know, look, when the enemy knows that you have favor and that you're untouchable, okay? That you're untouchable. He might not be able to get to you, but I promise you, he'll go to somebody really close to you. And he will make those people do something that they know will hurt you. And the thing is, the enemy knows, like with me, he knows I will know they did it because he knows that God gave me discernment. And so if they can't get directly to me, yeah, they'll come to somebody real close, and that doesn't have the resolve, not as strong, and they will make that person do something that they know is an act of betrayal. They will make that person do something that they know that your discernment is telling you, letting you know that it's going down, that will hurt you to your core, because they want to bend me over. They don't want me to be strong because they know what's about to happen. They know what's about to happen with Tava. It's just a process. See, I'm not in any competition with anybody. We at Tava, we're not in competition. I am not in competition with any other company, with any other distributor, with any other CEO. I'm running God's race. I'm serving him. I'm running his race, right? I know this is a process, and I'm following the process, because when you follow the process and you make the sacrifices needed and you operate on the right principle, you're laying a solid foundation. So it took me a long time to chop down the trees to build the ark. But believe me, man, they can't even be penetrated by anything human. They can't even be penetrated. You know, that's why it's so sturdy and so strong. And each and every person that joined us from the beginning, that stayed with us, they helped build the ark, and they know it's built with the strongest wood. And it's like, I mean, the strongest in the universe. We got that kind of favor. But betrayal, same thing with that. Betrayal is a part of it. I'm telling you, the enemy will use you. And I know, listen, and the person probably even the person is on here, and they know what they did, and they know I know they did it because they know my discernment. They just don't know how to come to me and say something. But I already know. But you know what? I still love them, and I understand them. But see, I have a new understanding because see, you learn that what I understand now is that the person is just being used. And they made an incredible mistake, and I forgive them. I won't forget it, but I forgive them already. You know, I forgive them already. And they the person out there, you know, I know. So it's just about operating on the principle. But I think for me, the root of all the success in this industry is love. And you gotta love people. You know, you have to have a gym, but you have to love yourself. And if there's something that has happened again in your life, in your childhood, in your world, in your adulthood that prevents you and precludes you from really loving yourself, then I say go get some help. Go get some professional help. Don't listen to any of your friends. Don't listen to any of these self-proclaimed life coaches. I don't even know what the hell that is. Okay, life coaches, you go get some help because it will set you free. All right. So having said all that, I'm gonna start shut down a little early today, you know, because I'm a little full. But I love you guys. We got big things going on. And when I say I love you, again, I love you enough to do everything I told you, to forgive you, to let you go, to make sacrifices for you, to understand you, to protect you, to give you my all, and you know, to honor you. And I honor you and I honor everything that you do for this company. And I honor our friendship. So I honor everything. I love you. So having said that, man, love you guys. You all have an incredible week and try. Just try. Just try to understand this week. Just just take this whole week. And when people do things to you that you really don't like, instead of getting really pissed at them and not speaking to them, bring resolve to it. Don't let time pass for a misunderstanding. Just try that this week. I'm gonna ask everybody to, if you have somebody where something went down that wasn't cool, you didn't like it, reach out to the person and talk to the person and make sure that it's legit. You're not making a mistake. And even if it did happen, love them enough to forgive them and move on. Okay. Having said that, this is Kenny Lloyd, CEO of Tava, and this has been another Hour of Power. And I know it's been a while since we've done it, but we're not going to miss any more months. You know, I was just really led to do it this time. So you all have an incredible evening and a beautiful and blessed week.